Alright, so here we have a more detailed description of some of the more complicated tanks. As I explained before, the ones with the barbs going on the insides usually have tubes on them. You know, these kinds of tanks here where they have a barb fitting on the inside is usually because there's a tube going up through the top. So there's really not much to explain what the stage is. The only thing to really explain here is the operating tank, and just to show you how to make this thing exactly, you'd probably want to caulk this up right here just in case the vacuum gets broken through here or something like that. If the vacuum or pressure gets too high in this tank, what will happen is that the air might get sucked through past this little valve and break the vacuum, so we don't want this to be a point of leakage. So we have that there. This is a Blue Wave refrigerator bottle. You know, Bottle Depot Plastics Incorporated. So I guess Blue Wave is like a wholesaler or something. Anyway, this is a refrigerator bottle. It's like 19 bucks. 3-gallon size one for what we're going to be using. These are a 1/2-inch bulkhead fittings. So you have a 1/2-inch bulkhead fitting as the air tube, 1/2-inch bulkhead fitting as the siphon. I have a 3/4 inch for the feed, so the feed tank feeds into here. And another little tip I want to give you, because what you got to do is you got to take this thing and basically crank it till it stops. And I haven't really tested this thing yet, but if this thing still leaks, I would either put a fitting on it and with a cap or something like that, just like I did with this right here, or what I would do is I would just I would open this thing up, put some caulk around it, squeeze it back, you know, tighten it back down, fill this thing all up too, this stem from the inside here with caulk, to make sure this thing doesn't leak. This is not something you want to even have on it, because it's not even placed properly, so this can't be of use, this fitting here. You just want this to be sealed off. Alright. This right here is just, I was experimenting with having a different breather tube or siphon or something, and the tank was actually, this was supposed to be the top and this was supposed to be the bottom, according to the experiment that I was playing with, and I figured it couldn't work because I kind of put a little more thought into it and realized it was a terrible idea. So don't bother with this, don't drill this. And the air tube would be best to drill right here. So this, if anything, would be better for the air tube, and this right here you wouldn't do at all. So you just have one hole at the top. So you have one hole at the top for the air tube, and that's it for this side. And other tip, final tip here for this operating tank would be to there's a little plastic stopper that comes with this thing, so that when you normally use a refrigerator bottle, the thing would be set up like this. You have a little spigot for the Gatorade or water coming out of this thing, and this right here, you could pop this open and the air could go into this, and it would allow this thing to drain out a lot better. So it breaks the vacuum. It allows air to go in and keeps it from creating a vacuum. Well, you don't want a vacuum to be broken with this device, with an operating tank especially, of all things. So basically what you do is you open the thing up and you take a bunch of caulk, you know, marine type of sealant caulk, that 5200 3M marine sealant. Open it up, put that stuff around it, push this thing back down in here and make sure it's all coated all the way around so you don't have any potential sources of leaking, and you just let it dry. And I recommend you get the fast cure stuff so you don't have to wait like 6-7 days for this stupid thing to dry. So that's it for the operating tank.